What's going on, guys? It's Justin from Push and Profit. Hope you're having a beautiful day today. Now, it's the weekend, so the stock market is closed, but I always utilize the weekends to map out a few plays for later in the week. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a few stocks that provide opportunities to make a profit. Now, you don't want to solely base your trades off my opinion and should only take a position only if you see value in what I'm saying, right? But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into my computer screen and talk about a few plays for later in this week. So GoPro had this major sell-off, but we have to take into consideration why this had a major sell-off, right? So if we kind of just zoom in a little bit, we can see that one of the biggest red days for GoPro was on the 4th of February, right? We see this big red candle, but we also see, that this was the day of earnings, right? And I have another video talking about this, but I like to play earnings when stocks get beaten down badly, right? They sell off because they had a bad earnings, right? Now, it doesn't always 100% work out like this, but from what I noticed is that with earnings, there's always a lot of extended or exaggeration that goes on. And so typically when stocks have a bad earning, they sell off, and then that gives us opportunity to swoop in and make a profit. Of course, we got to wait in for confirmation. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on over here. So really what I'm looking for is if we could see GoPro either break above the linear regression channel, or even better, breaking above the blue exponential moving average. So if we could break above that, then that is just solid news. I'm gonna go ahead and place my alert to just see if it could go above $9.31. If it can, then great. I'm gonna enter for GoPro, and I'm probably gonna take profits a little before $11.47. So that gives us a little bit of almost a 25% return if it does work out in that favor. Now, also I want to point out another reason why this also makes a good opportunity to trade GoPro. So if I just pull up this little drawing so I could kind of just draw a little easier, we can see that clearly this is a solid area of a support, right? We see that over here, it was a resistance, then it ended up being kind of like a support and a resistance area. And then we broke above it, and we never saw that area for a while, and now we just kissed it, right? So, the whole thing is, obviously we got to wait for that confirmation. If it does go down further, right, from this support and it breaks it, which it can, obviously we're not going to take a position in it. That doesn't make sense, right? But if GoPro, right, does happen to bounce off the support and go above this little alert I set, then I am just, shooting in my position to make that profit. And then also I'm probably going to take, my profits off the table around like $11, right? So I'm also going to put an alert there. But yeah, that's really my technical analysis on why I think it's a good opportunity to trade GoPro. Now, I know the mentality for most people is like, hey, it's going down. Why am I going to buy this? Earnings often have exaggerated moves, and so this looks like an earnings that was bad, that had a overreaction of a downward trend. So we're going to try to capitalize off that trend. Next, we have a very similar opportunity where it's the same strategy, same concept. We're taking a stock that was beaten down by earnings and trying to take advantage of that by getting the recovery of it, right? So that stock is going to be WWE. So just like GoPro, we see WWE selling off massively. And if we take a look, just a little closer to it, we see that WWE was bouncing up. It was in an uptrend. Then it started consolidating, moving sideways, nothing really crazy happening. And then we see this big red candle. Right now, this big red candle came on the day of earnings, and apparently it was a bad earnings, so it started selling off. And now we have this area right over here where if we zoom out, we can see on the RSI that we are on an oversold area, right? So it's a good opportunity, but again, we don't want to just buy just because it's oversold. What we're really gonna want to see is a bounce uptrending and then selling. We're gonna want to see it bounce, and then we're gonna want to buy in and then sell. Also, something that I want to point out is that if we look at this area right over here, if we draw this area of support, we can clearly see that in the past it's been an area of resistance, and as we know, old resistance can potentially be new support. So we see that couldn't break above this area in the past, and then once it did break above this area over here, now we might see this this area where it's going to be a lot of buying pressure that could potentially happen. So we want to take advantage of that. And so the real goal for WWE is to see if we could just bounce a little bit above this exponential moving average, right? So that's going to be, I would have to bounce 7% for me to actually, have some confirmation and believe in, entering this position. But once we do break this area of $52, and I believe it's $52.45, if we could break above this area, then we have this uptrend of possibly 11% higher that we can go. Again, I'm probably going to want to take my profits a little bit earlier, so I'm going to put my alert over here at, $58.42. But really, that's the game plan with WWE. Very similar to GoPro. Again, I would probably look more into GoPro just because the charts look a little more favorable. But again, I just wanted to present another opportunity where it's kind of the same style. So if one doesn't work, hey, we have another potential opportunity, because I love trading earnings that have been, beaten down a stock, or a stock that has been beaten down by earnings. Okay, so in one of my most recent videos I put out there, I was talking about Fedex stock, and I was talking about how it was oversold and how it looks like a good opportunity to get in. Well, guess what? Since I made that video, Fedex has been up about almost 10%, which is really great. But I still believe that there is still more of an uptrend that can be squeezed out by Fedex. I mean, we got to really just take a look at, how badly it sold off. It sold off about 23%. Now, I'm not saying this is going to go to the moon, but what I'm saying is that we just have to really just pay attention of what's going on over here. We want to see if Fedex can still go to this area of this, simple moving average of 262. Now, you can still buy in and try to, sell at 262. Again, that's going to be only a small 3% change. But once it touches that simple moving average line around, again, that $262, once we do touch that area, you're not going to want to sell your entire position. You might want to lock in some profits, but you want to see if Fedex is going to continue going up on an uptrend. Now, if we see that, once it touches that area and it starts kind of dipping down, then, lock in your profits. Get out, lock in your profits. Always win when you lock in your profits. But there's a chance that Fedex can continue uptrending and go up to this and go a little further. Right now, let me just try to draw an area of resistance over here, and we're kind of almost approaching that area. So what I really want to see is us kind of seeing if we could break above this area again, and if we can, then we definitely have more uptrend for Fedex. And I would look at almost selling at $306.09. So that's really another area of opportunity. Again, Fedex has been selling off like crazy, but again, we also have to consider the risks. Like I said, Fedex is kind of now on the over bought side ever since we did reverse up. So we might see a little bit of a consolidation of moving sideways, or a little bit of a dip. But again, we really just got to pay attention to this area over here, because it was a support back then. So if we could break that, then also break the simple moving average, then Fedex is probably going to pop up even higher. So that's just something I also wanted to point out there. Okay, and then lastly on the list of stocks that I am planning on possibly taking trades for the week and offer a potential to make a profit is Jumia, JMIA. Now, this is basically a stock, right, which is comparable to Amazon, comparable to Alibaba or AliExpress, right? So this is like the Amazon of Africa, right? Now, this stock has been on a major run up. I mean, ever since I first started trading it, it's been up 360%. And it's been on a major run, of course. Now, I've been waiting for great dip opportunities to buy in. And right now we have another great opportunity. But when it comes to stocks that have ran up massively, we put an emphasis on being able to mitigate your risk, right? Because when something runs up, massively, we have to understand that there is a potential that it can come down like crazy, right? But again, this is a stock that I'm still very bullish on, but let's not talk about, the fundamentals of the company or anything like that. Let's look at it at a technical standpoint, because I'm someone who I try to only focus on the charts, right? So let's go ahead and zoom in. And the reason I'm really looking into Jumia, is that it's just fallen down. And anytime Jumia does fall down, I'd like to take an opportunity to see if I could potentially make a trade, or is it going to continue going down? So right here, we see that it fell down a little around here, which you can see was a resistance for the past couple of weeks. You know, we see that once Jumia started rising up on the 25th of January, it couldn't really break above this area until, you know, the first day of February, where Jumia finally broke above that area, and it was trading between, you know, that support and then also this linear regression channel. Again, Jumia, I don't know why I keep saying it wrong. Jumia is, you know, very overbought. So that's why I'm very cautious on this. So if it falls below 61, you know, that's it. I'm just, you know, I'm not taking a trade, or if I'm in Jumia, I'm selling out. Right now, again, if you're like really long-term bullish on it, then, you know, you're gonna have a different approach on it. But as far as you know, trading this to make a profit, if it falls below 61, then I'm probably gonna, you know, get out. Now, something that I'm looking into is if it could bounce above, you know, at 61 and break above 63.30, and from there, you know, I'm either looking to lock in profits at 66.39. But again, you know, I really like when stocks are overbought, and they do come down, because it doesn't mean that they had to get like absolutely crash, right? Sometimes stocks just need opportunities to go down a little and breathe so that they could run up higher. Pullback is healthy, right? Especially if you want a stock to, you know, continue moving up. So with Jumia, you know, I'm really looking at this opportunity as, let's see if it, you know, could hold up about around $61, and then from there, if it does, great. And I'm looking to take profits around the linear regression channel, the top linear regression channel over here. So we'll just say a solid 66. If it's above $66, then hey, you know, that's where I want to, you know, take my profits, right? Now, if it does break above that, what I would recommend, right, is to not sell your entire position, just sell some of it so you lock in your profits. But if it continues running up, which it can, and which we've seen with Jumia, especially over the last few months, you're going to want to hold in maybe a little bit of your position and see where it goes. And then, you know, once you see another resistance, then you want to lock in your profits. But that's really my technical analysis on Jumia. So if you guys made it this far to the video, then first off, congratulations to you guys, because based off the YouTube analytics, surprisingly, not that many people make it this far to the end of the video. So definitely thank you guys so much. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked anything on this video. And also consider checking out the links in the description below. Why? Because the first link is going to be a link to my free Facebook group. It's going to be the Push and Profit Facebook group, and essentially it's a community that I'm building of individuals interested in trading and investing. And also I have a second link in the description where if you sign up with Webull using that link and deposit $100, you'll be eligible to get a free stock. Now, when I first signed up with Webull, I got a free share of Google, which at the time was worth $1,200. Now Google's worth like $2,000. So you never know what free stock you're going to get. But if you do get a free stock, let me know in the comment section down below. But with that being said, guys, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.